That's us. In space, space, space,
Seriously?
space, space. And now,
Can I ask?
here we are. Hello. That was a surprise for Christie. She had no idea this was our space episode.
Right.
We're floating in space. Why do you keep looking outside?
I just want to see the sun.
We're in space. We see the sun. We feel the sun. The sun is us.
I'm sorry that he is so weird-ish.
Yeah, I think I'm a little bright today, but not
smart bright.
Not smart bright. Good morning, Jeffrey. How are you today? So, did you hear a sound with the space thing? Because I don't think it comes through on ours, but it was recorded with the sound. So, I have no idea if that worked or not. So, I'm going to try and not be so bright.
It should come naturally to you.
Yeah, it is definitely Wednesday morning. Good. I'm glad to hear it, Jeff. He's wonderful.
No, that's Wonder Bar.
He's Wonder
It's
Bar.
a chocolate bar. Do they still make Wonder Bars? I used to love those.
I don't know. You get crunchy blizzards. Well, you've had crunchy blizzards.
Butterfinger.
Oh, okay.
Butterfinger.
Don't nobody lay a finger on my Butterfinger. So,
Wonder Bar. They're caramelly and chocolatey and...
Yep. We did nothing yesterday other than...
We went for a beautiful walk. I found lilacs, fresh lilacs. Oh my gosh, I miss fresh lilacs. The smell, they're just the purple. Maybe that's where my love of purple came from.
Yeah, could be your grandmother. Yeah. Yay, it's Christie and Sean time. Good morning, Monica.
Good morning, Monica.
That was an inside joke. So we'll tell you about it someday. So yeah, it is Wednesday morning. We are going to... Are we going to IKEA today or is that tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
So it's today. Today's Canadian Tire Day.
Today you're getting a chiropractor adjustment. And like I said, if he's a good boy, I'll let him go play at Canadian Tire for a while.
Yeah, it's like...
And Matt wants to go to Mac.
And it's like the biggest Canadian Tire probably in the world.
Yeah, we're going to go to the one in South Common, so it's 2 stories.
It's huge.
Maybe I'll even let him buy a treat.
I don't know if I need a treat, but, it's nice that she's saying these things, but she doesn't mean them, not in the way that it sounds. She's being condescending and sarcastic. Kind of bitchy.
Me?
Yeah,
Never.
yeah.
Never.
It's been almost 32 years. I kind of know. Married, but we've been together almost 2 years longer than that. So I kind of get it.
My coffee's nice and hot this morning.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
My coffee's nice and hot this morning. I bet you they could hear me.
I don't know if they could. But she's got the fake...
No, the real Baileys.
Oh, that's the real Baileys.
I made my own. It's so much better than the fake Baileys.
What did you just say there?
This is real. This is real.
Is it real to you? Is it real Baileys? Is it Kirkland Baileys? Is it the Baileys you made?
It's the Baileys I made. And the one that Rob and Deb gave me the recipe for to add the egg makes a difference. It makes it creamier.
I guess.
And it's a breakfast now because it's got egg in it.
So you can have it in the morning, and it's good for you. Yeah, I don't know. I can't... I like Baileys, just very infrequently, because I don't drink a lot of coffee. I'm not supposed to, anyways.
I drink a lot of coffee, and I like 1 coffee with Baileys in the morning. I always have my first one
But look at the size of this. So this is her second coffee. It's like the first breakfast and the second breakfast.
Yes, Jeff, I will... It might cost you, though.
Hello.
Mitra Drag Queen. Well, hi.
Hello. People think I'm a drag queen. Well, on Thursdays. But, not. Just look like one. So, Christie leaves her clothes laying around.
He doesn't really wear my clothes.
No, I don't.
Because we could do the who wore it better. It would always be me.
It would be. Because it fits you better, too.
He's good for it, yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so do you know the recipe? Like, can you recite it off of your head? You just made it.
Technically, if you really, really want the recipe, Rob actually posted it in the chat. Would it have been last Friday?
I don't know. It sounds good to me. I think we've got too much of us on here.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know. It's just really bright on my face. Is this side? Yeah, that's the side.
Ew, that's because the light's right there.
Yeah, it is.
You don't have it centered. Normally you have it more centered, don't you?
I'm going to fix that right now.
It's been bugging him.
It's
And
bugging
turn
me.
it down a bit because
Oh,
it is
no.
really bright.
No, it's not going to because of the glass there.
Oh.
So maybe I'll just do that instead.
But you do see the reflection in the glass now.
Yeah. Oh, well. You guys are just going to have to suffer.
You might block it with your head, though.
Ow.
There you
Hey,
go.
wait.
But you do.
Oh, there. I just can't move.
You have to stay stationary.
If you hear any monster noises today, understand it's my belly. For whatever reason.
It's growling.
It's growling.
Morning.
She's like, is that my mom snoring? No, it's my stomach.
Don't say that I thought my mom snored.
It was what happened. But it was my stomach. And my stomach is making lots of weird noises.
Oh, you want to know a weird noise? Last night about 3:30, we wake up.
I was awake before. I did not hear a thing because I sleep with earplugs.
And so John's awake and I'm trying to settle myself. And then I'm like, what is that sound?
So she taps me on the shoulder.
And I tap on the shoulder and I tell him to take his earplug out. And I'm like, what is that noise? It was the alarm for the low water.
Yeah.
Because there are 6 of us in this house right now. 2 of my kids are here. My mom and Shay's boyfriend, Matt. And,
Spencer?
well, that's one of my kids. People
Yeah,
know
but-
my kids.
but
Spencer
it's
and
his
Shay.
name.
Spencer and Shay. Mom and Matt. Spencer and Mom. Shay and Matt. John and I. 6 of us. Anyways, between showers, laundry, and dishes, because there's been so many people coming back and forth. My brothers keep coming. Go
Yeah.
figure.
There's
And
8 of them.
There's when they bring their kids, there's 8 between the two brothers.
There's a lot of water going on here.
So it's a lot of toilets,
A lot of showers.
lots of dishes.
And it's
so
non-city because road in the country.
you have to get it trucked in.
So across the street you can get water, but they're
At
on
the
the wrong.
school.
They're on
Yeah.
the wrong side of the street.
Well, and my mom doesn't know yet because she's not up yet. She's having a good sleep today, which is good.
Yeah.
And so I haven't been able to tell her, and I don't know the number of the guy to call. So we'll get that figured out. We will not run out of water, and if we do, it's happened before. Not here. Well, yeah, I think here it's happened once before.
It did, and your dad was not happy.
My dad was not happy.
No.
Because they forgot to turn, she's up.
She's up.
So Mom ordered water.
Yeah, the alarm was going.
Yeah, because they have an alarm, right? But if you turn it off when it starts when it starts, and then when they refill it, you turn the alarm back on. Well, if you forget to turn the alarm back on, you don't know when you run out of water next.
Yep.
And my parents are used to it just being the 2 of them with the occasional company, and so they don't. I think my mom says it's like 2-3 months that they usually have it, and this
thought it
will
was
have
2
been
weeks.
about a month. No, they ordered it a couple of weeks before we got here, so it'll be about a month or 5 weeks, I think.
But there's 3 times as many
But
people,
there's 3
so that
times
makes
as
sense.
many people, so it does make sense. Yeah,
Huh. Look at that.
go figure. But it's not cheap. Last time, I don't know what it is, $160-$200 to load it. That's pretty
It's a lot of
spendy.
water, especially for a month.
Yeah, I know. So, anyways, we'll have to figure out. We'll have to
Good morning, Terry.
take our laundry over to Jeff's, I guess,
Yes, to St. Albert.
to St. Albert. Yeah.
That's quite the spend to drive over there just to do
But we
laundry.
get a visit.
Yeah, that's true. So we're bringing laundry over, Jeff. The good news
And we'll
is
shower.
we only have a few pieces of clothing with us because we still haven't gone to buy anything.
Yeah, so you did. You bought a couple t-shirts.
That's why
You've
I'm
got
going
a
to-
new t-shirt on.
That's why I'm going to Canadian Tire. Jeff says no problem. Of course you would say no
Of course
problem.
you would.
Yeah, you are like one of
A
our...
good friend.
A very good friend.
friend. Yeah.
And very low maintenance. We love that.
Well,
'Cause I'm
Claudia's low maintenance, Jeff.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
It can't be out because I just had 3 water. Mom, the alarm
The alarm
was
was
going.
going.
We'll go turn it back on and see when we're done this.
What?
The alarm, like push the button back on and see.
Well, I don't know why the alarm would go off if it didn't mesh with where it should be. Huh. Really? Yes. Really, Jeff. She thinks that about you. I don't. Because I want the laundry done. But Christie, she talks a lot. Who knows? So today, what story can we tell them? We've told them how we got to Mexico. We told them how we met each other. Did we see how we met each other? She was, because we met at Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know if you know, but Derek and I went to apply. This is 86, Halloween 86.
Derek is a friend of John's, obviously.
And that's
Good morning, Lori.
1986.
Thanks, John. Whoa, Jeff. See, that's high maintenance right there.
For the people that know, 1986 was many years ago.
Yeah.
And in 1986, Derek, Barry, and I went to Chuck E. Cheese to get a job. And there was going to be a dance at Trinity. Oh my gosh.
I know. You are old.
I was old.
Lori Bolin is on. Debbie, yeah, I saw that DMV opened.
Yeah.
Finally.
So that is the day I met her, and when we left, Derek and I were walking along, and I told him that was the girl I was going to marry. And he's like, no, I'm going to marry her, man. I said, no, seriously. So I told my mom I'm going to marry her. And I guess I did.
I disagreed.
Yeah, for a few months, she kind of put up a fight. And I won, because that's what I do. But what was really weird was she was 18, I was 16. She was an 18-year-old dating a 16-year-old. That's just sad. It's very sad. It's very sad. Yeah, you wouldn't see that today.
He's a good salesman, I'll just tell you that.
Actually, I think today that's illegal. Because it's 18 and a 16-year-old. Right?
No.
It's a crazy world right now.
So weird.
This world is nuts. Nothing makes sense right now.
Including him.
Yeah, the world's on fire. Everybody is sick and dying. And we're in a basement in Canada. Your mom's basement. We're in her mom's basement.
We were actually going to try to do it outside because it is a beautiful sunny day, but it's like 9 degrees. It's a little chilly.
It is very cold out. And we thought this would be like a 30-second
Yeah, it would be real fast if we had to do it outside because we'd start to shiver.
Now, with the DMV opening today, I wonder if we can...
Wanted me to tell you a story about your dad. Oh. Open it.
Ernest, which is his name, Ernst. Yeah, that would be good, because then he actually gets his name in there.
You should read that out loud.
It says, Kent wanted me to tell you a story about your dad. They were at a conference, and the speaker asked the men to use one word to describe themselves. Your smart dad said, Ernest.
Because that is also his full name. So
it is.
Just hilarious. My father had a pretty weird sense of humor. He was funny, but he was quite dry, and but very witty.
Yeah.
I would say my youngest brother Kelly has his sense of humor.
When I woke up at 3 this morning, it was just I missed him. It was just kind of sad because I wasn't going to see him anymore. He's not.
Don't start.
Okay. Yeah. I'm still reconciling all of this. And I think the worst thing is...
Yes, my mom told me about the cookies. Kathy messaged my mom, and she says...
Who does that?
Kathy. She's mean. She's amazing.
So what did she say?
She was making peanut butter cookies, which I had told her on Saturday when they were out here that they were my favorite. So she wanted to know if I could smell them.
Wow.
I know, right?
Some people are so cruel and mean. But she's kind too, because she did give you 2 quilts for the grandkids and our daughters as well.
Yeah, and Spency and my mom, and she wants to give quilts to my brothers and their kids, and
So yes, her mom did tell her about the cookies.
Yeah.
And again, she did tell her about the cookies.
You reposted, Kathy.
Yes. So what else? So that was the day I met her.
Yeah, so John was pretty convinced. He relentlessly pursued me, let's say.
Yeah,
until I gave in and dated him.
So there was a girl, so she did not know apparently that I liked her, which I was kind of obvious.
Me? I didn't know?
Yeah.
I was trying to ignore you. You were
That's
obnoxious.
true. It was true. I was obnoxious. So a friend of hers, Cheryl, was in school with me, and I didn't know they were friends. So I'm in class, and it's kind of like Grease, I'm sitting up there and telling the guys
he was so cool
about Christie, blah, 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 Christie, blah, blah, blah. So she tells Christie. So Christie's like, so, I hear you like me. It was just like that.
I probably didn't say it quite like that. But...
Oh, she did. So then it was kind of like, yeah. So she still wasn't convinced. So I still had to date another girl just to pass the time. And the other girl says, I think you like her a lot, and you should probably just go to her. So she wasn't really a girlfriend. She was more like a friend.
A beard.
A beard. To cover me till I got married. Yeah. So what else can we tell them today?
I don't know, honey.
Well, we can tell them about the time you fell asleep when you were on the highway 2 in the wintertime, where you fell asleep. And
why would you tell people those kinds of lies?
Because that road is so flat. I've told you guys before, it's the prairies. You can see miles and miles and miles. And one day she fell asleep.
Went into the ditch and then came back up. It was only like a split second, but...
Yeah, but she hit one of the wood poles. At the time, they had wood poles. So the wood pole came around over the roof, and Zach was just a little baby, and he could hardly talk, and he's like,
He did these weird charades when he was little. It was hilarious.
Very dangerous. But it was the only time she ever fell asleep while we were driving.
And I did have a young baby and a very needy husband, so...
Understandable. Very understandable. What else? Oh, you've been hit by a vehicle on Calgary Trail in the wintertime.
Oh, I got T-boned by a Shadow.
By a Dodge Shadow. And it was funny.
The Shadow commercials were just coming out.
The Dodge Shadow was just brand new, and you were in the Jeep or the Jaguar?
I was in a Jeep. I was in my boss. I nannied, and my bosses had a Jeep Cherokee and a Jaguar, which I was allowed when they were out of town. I was allowed to drive them. So thankfully, it was a snowy day, so I took the Jeep and the Cherokee, and I was going through the lights. I had a very green light. This Dodge comes barreling through the intersection, hits me just behind the wheel on the passenger side. I was alone in the car, but quite shaken up. Not hurt, though. I didn't get hurt at all. But quite shaken up. And the commercial with the Dodge Shadow at that time was something about it comes out of nowhere. And I'm like, damn right it does.
It sneaks up on you. It comes out of nowhere.
I can't remember what the actual commercial
was. But that was very
but
close to it. And it was just kind of like, wow, there it is. And
he ran the red light. He was sleeping.
Yeah, it was a very scary time. And it was interesting because the owners, her bosses, were in the Bahamas at the time, and everything was being handled via telephone.
They were very wealthy. They would come. She would call me on a Friday morning and say, "Can you pack our bags for 2 weeks?" Like her and her husband, we're leaving, and you've got the kids, and there's money to go to Banff. We took the kids to Banff. We did everything with those girls.
Yep. Took the Jag. It was good. Good times.
Yeah. Driving the Jaguar in the mountains in Banff. Oh, awesome.
Yeah. And it was back when the Jags looked like Jags, not like every other car.
Now they look like a sedan, but yeah, they were the sexy Jags. This would have been in the late 80s.
Late 80s.
Before we had Zach.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
And Zach was born in 91, so late 80s, early 90, well, like 1990.
Yep. Oh, Christie's,
my mom doesn't believe us that the alarm went off, so she had to come down and check herself.
She's sneaking.
She's trying to.
Like a Dodge Shadow.
I think she wants to come on and say hi, though, don't you, Mom?
She's in her house coat and her hair is all crazy. Huh.
The alarm went off.
The alarm went off. So yeah, it is. We're without water right now. Well, I don't know how much water is left before.
Yeah, once it says it's low, but...
So we've told lots of stories today. So what other stories do we have? Anything else?
I don't know, but I think everybody fell asleep because she's not coming on. I think everybody fell asleep because nobody's... do you like ginger snaps?
Ginger snaps are
Kathy,
really...
how did you nail that one? Those are his absolute favorite cookies.
They are my absolute
favorites. Like, if he's going to get cookies, that would be...
It's the only one I get.
Yeah.
I mean, I like peanut butter cookies, don't get me wrong, but ginger snaps, so high on the ladder of favorites. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm just trying to see if we're missing any messages, because people are just quietly watching apparently,
Yep. Who knows?
and that's okay.
It is.
Sometimes you just want to be there. But
So I think we're done for today, hon.
yeah, and that whole space thing, that's just weird.
It was weird.
Show Terry, I make a mean ginger chew. You had us at pierogies, Terry. You don't have to keep going.
Christie's still working on her, and it sounds like we'll probably make it down there at some point. I don't know if we're going to stay actually the full 3 or 4 months. It's just going to be too complicated.
Like I keep saying, it's going to totally depend on circumstances. What's happening here, what's happening at home. You know, we do have a business, and I'm missing my grandbabies like mad.
I think that is the biggest thing, is that her grandkids are, I mean, they're my grandkids too, and I love them.
Yeah.
But Christy, she's got an extra strong pull towards the grandkids.
And we'd like them to come up and visit. They're working on getting passports and stuff for the girls.
Oh, wouldn't that be funny if we go back and then they just kind of, hey, can you guys, and
Well,
then they leave.
Yeah, that wouldn't be funny.
Unless they come here, because then where would they stay?
They can stay in your room.
But my room is our room. We share it.
It would only be probably a week or two, maybe at the most. He'd be able to get away.
Yeah, she would do it for the grandkids. We'd have to sleep in the TV room.
We'd probably sleep on the couch in the TV room, yeah. Well, there's a big air mattress, too.
See, this is the only talking we do all day. After we're done here, we just kind of look at each other and we don't say a word. So, yeah.
Yeah, I know, Terry. She reminds me when I complain about missing my kids. Terry said, just like her mama, it almost killed her when you left for Mexico. When we left, we had the only grandkids. My brothers were slow, still are slow. In special ways. But because my brothers are, well, one of them turned 50 in November, so that's the closest brother to me. And then the other brother, Kelly, is, so that was Rod. Kelly is 48
or 49.
I think he turns 48 this summer. We just talked about it. I'm pretty sure it was 48 this summer. And so, and they had kids. I mean, Rod has a 14-year-old. 14? Is Preston just about 14 in August? Yeah. And then, and younger, that, and it makes me laugh because we were here one time and the kids were young. It was just their kids. I think my kids were here too, but they were all older. And my brothers were kind of frantic. The kids are going this way and that way. And I said, it's funny. There's two sets of parents for these 4 kids in about the same age range as our kids are.
They are the same age.
But from 2 different families. So I was teasing them that, I was able to do it because, John. So I was able to do it pretty much by myself, all 4 kids. My brothers, 2 each. And they're like, they would have to stay away from you for 2 weeks if they came here.
Maybe.
Yeah, well, that's
we'll see.
Something we probably would risk.
Yeah, we'll see.
Quarantine in the same house.
Yeah, I'm getting furious that you can have funerals and riots in the street and all this other stuff. But yeah, your family, sorry. Churches, sorry. But yeah, I'm getting very upset about this.
Yeah, it is. It's very frustrating, especially since we had to go through having a funeral without being able to have an actual funeral, right? We did the virtual one, and it was lovely, and it worked out wonderfully, better than we had hoped. But at the same time, it's not the same as going and being all together with family, because we're all a pretty close family. We've camped together, and we've celebrated together, and we've mourned together, and so and my dad was loved. I mean, he is a pretty amazing guy, and it was sad to not be able to do it. But then for people like Terry and her husband Kent, they were able to join in with us via the program that John set up, so they could watch it live with us being in BC. So that's kind of
yeah,
kind of 6 of one half. Well, no, it isn't at all. But it was nice that we could do it. At least we could do it the way we did it. So
yeah, my favorite was I watched some media clips And a month ago, the Democrats are saying, shut them down, they're risking lives, blah, 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 it's craziness. And now it's sounding like, oh, they're just so awesome what they're doing out there. Just being a community. Oh, man, just crazy.
So that is the next cookie. Then I can bring a goodie bag.
Oh, that's just mean.
Yes, well, we want to have you out. I don't know if my mom mentioned that to you yesterday, but we want to have you guys out for dinner, and then you can see my brothers. And
yeah, we've been having discussions, too, how to eat without putting on weight or losing weight. Because, I've already put on a few pounds
well,
here.
there's so many things here, obviously, that we'd like to have that we don't get at home. And we don't necessarily miss them, but it's nice. Like last night we had scalloped potatoes. I haven't had scalloped potatoes, I think, probably since I left. I don't think I've made it in Mexico once.
Yeah, and then we had double stuffed.
And then when we were at
the night before.
At the night before we were
which
at
we
a
don't
friend's
usually
house.
eat potatoes and starches and that kind of stuff.
And we've had a lot of pasta, of course. We talked about that because those are very much casserole meals, and
we are insulin resistant.
we're both chubby.
And, our body just says, hey, bring it on. Give us more.
Yeah, so we discussed yesterday in our nice walk that maybe instead of trying not to have any because we know we're going to, let's maybe just control how much we have.
Yeah.
Don't go back for that second potato.
Yeah. So I think that's it for today. I do have to get to the chiropractor, which I'm excited about. He is my favorite. If you're in the Edmonton area and you're kind of questioning chiropractic, Ben Peterson is the best. Mm-hmm. I mean, everything we have thrown at him over the years, I think I went through 7 or 8 chiropractors before we found him, and he fixed my back pain. I mean, it is absolutely amazing. Christie, he's done amazing things. She was scheduled to get TMJ surgery the next day. She had a splint, and they were chatting, and he's like, oh, those barbarians. And he says, do you trust me? And she's like, yeah. So he adjusted her face, and the splint didn't fit.
He didn't adjust my face.
He adjusted her jaw and her face and her attitude. And
that night, the splint didn't fit.
The splint didn't fit, and she didn't need surgery.
Have to go get surgery. And Kathy, you're right. You are not mean. You are super lovely. It's just that the cookies aren't here right now, so that's mean.
Yeah, you're amazing. It's just
asking about if I could smell them yesterday. I think I almost did.
Yes.
In my head, I could smell peanut butter cookies.
Yeah. Yes, he is. That's why I'm going to see him today.
That's why John's going today.
So Jeff is asking, is he able to fix the pain in Christie's butt? And yeah, I'm going.
You can say ass on TV.
I can say ass.
It's in the Bible.
That's true. I'm an Old Testament donkey.
Oh, you're just an ass.
All right. So this is where we say goodbye.
Say hi. We will.
We will
tell Ben hi. Mind you, only one person one person allowed in at a time. You cannot wait inside. You have to wait outside. So
if only there were riots that could burn the place down, then we could have more people for him. Yeah, it's just craziness. So guys, see you. Have a fantastic Wednesday.
Yeah.
And be kind to one another. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your spouse's face.
I'm not even going to pretend. I'll just do it.
All right, guys. Adios.
See you later.
That means goodbye.
Have an awesome day.
In Spanish.
Enjoy Canadian Tire.